We're Friends with Benefits. Right? By Ree Rotissi. Chapter 4. The Actual Colleagues. Hal doesn't like dressing up for events. He doesn't like dressing up for anything in particular. For someone who has been there, done that, pretentious galas and meaningless overpriced clothes have become a waste of time. Clothes, still, have meaning to Hal, but it boils down to who he is, rather than who he tries to pretend to be. To wear his father's flight jacket is to be Hal Jordan, and to wear the power ring is to be Green Lantern. Anything else does not matter. To Bruce, however, clothes mean more. Brucey Wayne is not just the face and smiles, he is also the clothes he wears. Clothes can be used to manipulate, to attract, and to deceive. A layer, another layer, and more layers to cover up the horrid creature that resides in the dark underneath. So Hal, reluctantly, has given in and listened to Bruce on the matter. Neatly styled hair, nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary, just brown, soft hair, combed to perfection, the old-fashioned way, with 2 strands of curly hair in the front. Perfect. Alan Edmonds shoes, classy, tasteful, and not too eye-catching. Hal wants people to look at his face, not his shoes' bottoms. A dark suit to frame his face better. Light creamy dress shirt with pencil stripes. Not gray, or bright white, so as not to appear too proper, too professional. A simple tie knot. He's a common man after all. The stars of the show are the new cufflinks made from emerald and silver worn proudly on his wrists, blindingly shiny, like little stars, and disgustingly expensive. Green is the color of life and will, as much as it is the color of envy and money. Only the filthy rich can afford them, and only a dearly loved person can wear them with little to no care in the world. Hal looks luxurious, but the clothes don't matter as much as the man wearing them. A bright grin, ever-smiling eyes, cocky, charming, and loud. The kind of mannerism that attracts everyone's gaze, and admits the intoxicating smell of fake rose mixed with gasoline, smoke, and sewage. He smells too divine to ignore. The saltiness of the sea, a hint of the sweetness of coconut, and the terrible, inviting scent of jasmine. Everywhere the man with the emerald cufflinks goes, he turns heads. Man, woman, doesn't matter. His existence alone commands attention in any way possible. All the journalists take a deep breath the moment Hal enters the room. They almost forget to take pictures, altogether taking in the fine specimen in front of them for a solid 3 seconds. So this is Hal Jordan. No wonder. Only one person in the room doesn't get affected by Hal. And naturally, he gets to ask the first question. "Mr. Jordan, how are you today? I believe this is the first time we've met, but I'm Clark Kent from the Daily Planet. I usually interview your fiancé, Mr. Wayne. I believe we have developed a sort of friendly relationship over the years. So I do hope you've heard my name here and there in your household." Clark asks, with an extremely friendly smile on his face. Extremely friendly. To the point of eerily uncanny. The smile on Hal's face cracks a bit. Clark is basically saying, "Hey, so, I thought all of us were friends. Do we meet regularly? Why haven't you guys told me anything? Also, are you official and serious? Are you getting married later? Am I the best man at the wedding?" This is why Hal hates Clark the journalist. "First of all, I'm good, thank you, Mr. Kent. Second of all, I'm here today to clear up some misunderstandings regarding the relationship between me and Mr. Wayne," Hal says, then takes a look at Tim, standing to his side for some approval. Tim nods. "I have to clarify, there's no romance going on between me and Mr. Wayne. We're friends, purely." The whole room is dumbfounded for a while. Tim sighs. Soon the silence bursts into chaos. A dozen questions are thrown Hal's way every second, and 1/3 of them are just, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Yes. I believe the photo and the details on it are questionable." Hal tries to calm the room down. "Mr. Wayne and I have some form of a physical relationship going on, currently. But, as I said, it is purely physical, with no romantic feelings involved." Clark Kent raises a hand to ask. Honestly, the Kryptonian is the only one whose opinion Hal cares about in this room. What are your explanations for the rings, Mr. Jordan? I see that you're still wearing them. I admit. Hal raises his hand up, revealing the small silver band on his ring finger. This was given to me by Mr. Wayne, yes, but as I said, we are friends, and the rings are just proof of that friendship. Now, Hal has a feeling that if Clark can communicate with him telepathically, he would ask him whether Hal thinks he's dumb or not. You can't possibly think we believe that, a journalist asks. Tim nods. Yes, but if you just think about it from my perspective, just a little, you'll see that it is very reasonable. Hal, still the willful, dumb man that he is, still tries to defend himself. Just so you know, my work involves wearing rings a lot. Like a cock ring? A random journalist asks. Tim chokes. Clark almost silently looks down at the ground to hide his laughter. Who said that? Hal almost yells. Like, the journalist, possibly an intern, hides behind another one, before saying again, like a sugar baby? Hal takes a deep breath. He exhales. He answers, I am not a sugar baby. Who even started that rumor? The whole room of journalists eye each other, in silence, before Clark slowly raises his hand to say, With all due respect, Mr. Jordan, have you looked in the mirror before coming here? Several, many, all of the people in the room nod. Clark, Mr. Kent? Hal gasps in disbelief. The betrayal can really come from your friends, not enemies. I have a full-time job as a test pilot for Ferris Wheel. It's a respectable job. How dare you imply that I'm a sugar baby, with my appearance as your only point? Sir, Clark scoffs, pointing at his own tie. You have Mr. Wayne's initials on you. I certainly don't know any better, as a mere journalist, and not your coworker. And I must assume all of this is just some sort of twisted sexual foreplay you two enjoy that involves the unfortunate public. Ouch! That stab feels almost personal. Hal pinches his nose bridge. Even Tim cannot believe Superman can sting that hard. He fucking hates Clark the journalist. The symbol of hope be damned. Hal wants to drag this fucker with glasses out to the back and punch him like a typical bully scene from a high school sappy movie. For the last time, Mr. Kent, I assure you that there is absolutely nothing romantic happening between me and B. B? That's an awfully intimate nickname for a simple friendship, don't you think, Mr. Jordan? It's normal. The kids call him that all the time. Normally I call him Spooky, but that's unrelated. Huh. So, you're saying that you're close with his kids? Clark nods, writing down things in his notes, like a good reporter. That's something new. I've interviewed a lot of Mr. Wayne's lovers over the years, and none of them were anywhere as close to Mr. Wayne's children as you are. They are robins! They visit us to play all the time, Hal wants to say, but between his love affair and the League's business, one must always prioritize the League. Clark knows this, and he's using this advantage to its fullest. Smart fucker. They are good children, Mr. Kent. It's natural that I would grow fond of them. What about we hear Mr. Drake over there? May I? Oh, Clark is going for a home run. He turns to Tim, who's secretly standing to the side, disassociating, probably thinking about the case he was working on. And Hal certainly doesn't like involving children in his adult business. There's a reason the Corps don't have any kids. Come on. Don't bring the children into this, Mr. Kent. He's 17. The fact that he's here right now is already pushing my buttons. I see you are expressing your authority over them, despite being just regular, I assume, bed partners with their adoptive father. Is this authority permitted to you by Mr. Wayne himself, Mr. Jordan? And the kids don't have any problems with this, I presume, seeing how none of them have expressed any kind of discontentment with the arrangement for a new homemaker. This translates to, are you aware how difficult the Robins are? They would murder you in your sleep if they didn't like you as their stepmom. And currently, they don't seem to hate you, to me. You're co-parenting with Bruce, aren't you? You are. Don't lie to me ever again, liar. Tim agrees. Hal, cornered, starts to feel infuriated. I'm simply helping him with taking care of his children. He's a busy man, and you know that, Clark, but that's out of my own goodwill. And the kids are a delight to raise thus far, by the way. Not because I'm his wife. Seriously, why do people keep saying I'm his wife? I am not. God forbid a man pull his weight in a relationship. Almost. Care to explain the weight you have to pull, Mr. Jordan? Clark asks, twinkling in his bright blue eyes. The thing you do for your housemates? Hal rolls his eyes, acting like Clark's asking him the most obvious question ever. Driving the kids to school every morning, driving them home, buy the needed items for the household, take care of the dog and the cat, the cow, the pets in general, maybe help fix things and renovate the house, if need be. Adding some trees here and there, because the manor's fucking depressing. Take care of the house whenever Bruce is away. Oh, right, taking care of Bruce and the kids. And the pet's health, making sure they eat enough, sleep enough, vaccinated enough, and Hal stops mid-sentence. Realization finally dawns on him. Slowly, surely. Something finally clicks. Oh, fuck! Hal is stunned. I am his wife! Bingo. Clark's grin gets wider and wider. So, Mrs. Wayne, may I ask? No, the press conference ended. I'm going home. The room full of reporters, once again, bursts into chaos, with questions and accusations flying around it like the sound of a vulture awaiting the death of their prey. Clark sits there silently, smiling, knowing he has won. Bruce may just either hate him or owe him a favor. Either way, Clark's going home with a story and a joke to tell Lois. Hal walks out of the room as fast as he can, and Tim follows right behind him with a smirk. Luckily, they have reliable security personnel making sure they make it to the car, despite Hal's horrified state of mind. Oh fuck, Timmy. Hal settles down in the back seat with Tim. His face is pale, and his voice is shaken. Am I, what's that word? What word, Hal? Be more specific. Tim asks, one of his hands presented to Hal. Wide open. Hal takes out another granola bar to put in Tim's hand. What's the word, East Coast fling? Not really. Sugar baby? Sort of. But, more roommates? Terribly, but not entirely wrong. But Tim looks at Hal with a cocky grin and a wink. And Hal suddenly realizes his habit may have bled into the kids, too. Friends with benefits? That's the worst one of all, Hal. What are you saying? Hal's eyes are wide. Think, Hal. Tim inhales the second granola bar of the day and makes himself comfortable inside the limousine. It's your two's problem, not ours. Wake me up when we're at Bat Burger. Of course, Tim cannot forget the Bat Burger. Hal, Tim, and the other kids soon rendezvous at the local Bat Burger. Hal still wears the suit, with emerald cufflinks, and a tailored tie with yellow tips, which sticks out like a sore thumb inside the fast food chain. As Hal looks at the burger in front of him, he thinks to himself he should be careful so as not to dirty the expensive suit. Thus, he asks the guards coming with them today a question he has never thought he would ever ask. Can you get me the silverware in the car to eat the burgers? As soon as he says that, Hal is faced with the second bitter and terrifying realization of the day. Fuck. He winces and mutters, Yes, Steph, I'll remember to put $5 into the swear jar when I get home. He has been domesticated by Batman. Fuck. Like a white fat lily cat who can only eat tuna, salmon, and caviar. I can't believe how dumb I've been, Hal says, with shame, as he cuts the burger into smaller bites. The kids, they just messily inhale everything. Fuck, he even looks richer and more pretentious than these billionaire kids. Steph, stop playing with your food. Oh, come on, Steph yelps. She's building a castle from fries. Tim flings his fries at it, and the whole thing crumbles. They are now flinging fries at each other. Hal instantly shuts them down, with a light smack to Tim's head. Thank God you finally see it. Duke sighs in relief. You're like, so dumb. No offense. How can I not take any offense from that? Hal asks. Seriously, am I that dumb? Cass, back me up. You are very... Hal. Cass points to Hal, in general. But we love you. Thanks, Cass. But I don't appreciate being a synonym for dumb. God damn it. Win Speed back. I'm having a talk with him. Are you breaking up with him? Tim asks. We're not even dating! Hal, frustrated, says. Stupid bat. He just freaking abuses my labor. For free. Well, you live in the manor for free, Steph says as she stuffs some more fries into her mouth. Alfred's a good butler. Cass nods. I'm pretty sure the cufflinks you're wearing today are worth 10 years of your normal salary. Duke nods. And it has your name on it. Can't resell those things. Besides, didn't you get, 3 flight jets from B? One of them is an invisible jet, Hal. Even our government doesn't have access to such high tech. And that doesn't count the island B bought to store them. Tim points out. You're more expensive than Selena, you know. Even she is not that spoiled compared to you. It's true, and Selena almost became the official Mrs. Wayne herself. All the kids agree completely, which is incredibly rare. Hey! Hal tries to defend himself a bit. I'm not that spoiled. You know that. You kids are so ungrateful. I've been nothing but devoted to this family. And now you're calling me dumb? All of you are grounded. I'm going to scold your dad when he gets back, and take away all your extracurricular privileges for a week. As in, no more vigilantism. Hey, come on. No, Hal. Bold of you to assume I would listen to him. All the kids protest, but not too much, because they're outside, with civilians. When Hal and the kids get back from the Batburger, he specifically escorts each of them to their room with a firm, "Stay here until sunrise," which is responded to with various protests, before going back to his room to rest for the night. Bruce's, actually, but it doesn't matter any longer. He's tired, and he needs a soft, silky bed to rest on. Oh, right. Voila! The phone, fully charged and ready to be used. Hal cannot emphasize enough how much he does not want to open the phone right now to receive his friends' and family's texts and voicemails. The first one, of course, is the fastest man alive, Barry himself. Hal? 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 You're dating Batman, and you haven't told me anything? Why, I thought we were best buds. Rings, too? Are you about to get married? Who proposed? Bruce proposed, right? I cannot imagine you proposing to anyone. No offense. Am I the best man? Please tell me I'm the best man. If you choose Oliver instead of me, I'm going to hate you. JK, you know I can't hate you. But seriously. Or Tom? Tom is fine. I guess you know him longer than I. But still, seriously, I can't believe you haven't told me anything. Why? Wait, will the other GLs be invited to the wedding too? Kilowog? What about Alan? Gosh, I love him. What about... Alright, that's enough. Hal decides not to open another 50-plus message from Barry, and just replies with a simple, "It's not what you think. We're not dating, seriously. Calm down." The speedster instantly sends another text that reads, "Oh, so you're engaged?" But Hal fails to notice due to the endless texts in from him. The next is Clark. Clark is... "I'm coming over. I better be the best man." Well, he has had enough of Clark today. Diana. Despite how much joy I have for the news of your reunion, I cannot believe you two have not informed me beforehand. I thought we were best allies. I expect you two to prepare a sufficient amount of wine for the wedding. Do you want me to take you a bed as a wedding gift? Do you like mahogany? Or any other type of wood? Why do all of them expect a wedding already? Hal and Bruce are not even dating. Still, wine is a concern. The Greeks party too hard sometimes. And what's with the bed? Is that a Greek tradition? Hal is too intrigued by the bed part, so he texts, "Is a bed the ancient Greeks' traditional wedding gift?" But then Hal thinks about one type of tree on a different planet that can grow and heal people around it, which is useful, So he sends another text. Is a tree from another planet acceptable? I can get it myself. Oliver. Why not me? What does that emo have that I do not, baby? Is it the trauma? I have traumas too. Is it the beard? It's the beard, isn't it? You know what? I'm fine. I love you, baby. But I love my beard more. But if you're open-minded, though. Wink, wink. Alright, he knows that Oliver just wanted to joke around. He's happily married to Dinah. But he still needs to tell Oliver that it won't ever happen. Not that Hal isn't open-minded, or that Oliver is not handsome. It's just that the Bat is too jealous and paranoid for that kind of joke. Nope, not reliving that experience again. Hal writes, if you want Batman to shave all your beard and your head, then proceed. And then he hits send. Aquaman, what do you want for a wedding gift? What a thoughtful friend. But no, they're not getting married. Hal answers with a text that, you're too kind, but there's no need for wedding gifts. There's no wedding. They're not dating. But Hal doesn't think he needs to add that part. He has too many texts to go through, after all. Hot girl. Are you changing your last name to Wayne? Hal Wayne sounds stupid. Hal winces at the name and tells her, I'm not changing my last name. Hal Wayne does sound stupid. Oh, Martian Manhunter. Congratulations, friend. I'm glad you two have decided to settle down. Does this mean I shall collect your debt from Batman? Hal suddenly remembers he still owes Jean around $500 in pizza money, which has accumulated over the years. He replies, yes, please do. All of it. Zatanna sends an ominous text that reads, I knew it. And Dr. Fate sends another identical one, just with a different style of speech. I have foreseen this. Hal refuses to reply to both. And yes, of course, the lanterns. Guy, are you mind-controlled? Which is surprisingly decent. Guy, or are you just dumb as fuck by nature? Ah yes, fucking Guy. Hal replies, fuck you too, Guy. Don't you dare borrow money from me after this, bitch. John's message, on the other hand, sounds more concerned. Your choice of partner is certainly interesting. But then again, it's you. Does he treat you well? I don't mind more work if you want to take a break. To which, Hal replies with a soft-hearted, B does treat me well. Thus far. Thank you for your concern, John. Seriously, you're the best. He has forgotten to clarify that he is, in fact, not getting married to Bruce. Kyle's message is, something? I don't have a suit yet. How much does a suit cost? Can I borrow one? Hal answers with a sincere approach, without linking it to his own, non-existent, wedding. I told you a man had to at least have one proper suit, Kyle. Even I do, you know? Though, recently the number of suits had increased a little, too. Out of hand? Hal thinks he can just give Kyle some of his suits. Their physiques are almost the same, after all. Bruce wouldn't notice it, so he adds another message. Hal, you can have some of mine. Come over to Gotham sometime later. And here comes the family. Helen, will I look pretty as a flower girl, Uncle Hal? To which, Hal cannot say no. You would be the best flower girl ever, Helen. The other texts from the family are more complicated. Jimmy. So, Sue told me to text you. Crazy, huh? Many things have happened. I'm not exactly surprised or anything. I don't have any problems with it. I'm not that kind of scum. You know that. I know we haven't talked much lately. Are you free next week? Any day is fine. I know you're busy. But how about we go out for some drinks to catch up? Just us, some alcohol, watching some baseball games at the bar. Sound good? It takes Hal a minute to fully take in Jimmy's text, and he has to stand up and walk about the room for a bit. Fortunately, the moon seems to shine brightly on Gotham's night sky today. It eases Hal's mind. So he texts back. Sure, Jimmy. Let's go out for some drinks later. Just like the old times. The list of texts is just endless. He's tired. He needs his rest. So Hal decides to sleep right after replying to Jim's text. Soundly, at least. Blissfully unaware that he just confirmed that there would definitely be a wedding between him and Bruce in the future. Chapter 5. The Dumb Pair of Lovers. At exactly 1 a.m. in the morning, Hal wakes up to see another one of the bats standing to the side of the bed, watching him silently. "Rise and shine, Hal!" What the hell, Dick? At least with this one kid, Hal can openly curse in front of him. It's 1 a.m. Someone better be dying. Well, about that. Dick nervously rubs his nape. Is Bruce dying? Hal snaps his head up to Dick. Seriously? In my defense, you jinxed it. Dick confirms, with his head hung low. I hate that moron, Hal grumpily says, as he gets up from the bed swiftly and calls for his ring. Instantly, he's suited up and ready to go. Where? I know you don't hate B. Dick giggles, but still, he does a jolly flip into the bed to show Hal the location of Batman. You know the drill. The Al Ghouls, League of Assassins, Damien, all those things, the usuals. An island full of dead assassins. The usual. Did he authorize me to handle it? Hal asks carefully, as he pinpoints the exact location of Batman and Damien's whereabouts, from the coordinates Dick has given him on a construction of Earth. It is a protocol between them. Hal doesn't let Bruce go to outer space missions with him, and Bruce doesn't like to involve him in Gotham's business, or Batman's business in general, despite how dangerous it is. But then again, Bruce also knows Hal's not the type to lie down and watch someone he cares about die, if he can do something about it. Especially the children. Thus, they have to come to a mutual agreement. Before getting themselves involved with the other's business, they need to get authorization first. It's mostly for Hal, not Bruce, considering how Gotham is technically, legally, and cosmically under his protection, while Bruce is just, well, a normal man in a funny costume, if you really think about it. Yes, permission granted. Dick nods. Being the eldest child, that's also a rightful member of the Justice League, that he is, he's more often than not the messenger for these two old men. But as Batman and Green Lantern, not Bruce and Hal. He should be paid at least a living wage for this. Are you ready to go, Green Lantern? Are you gonna tag along? Hal asks, but he already forms a bubble construct around Dick. He knows the Pats are too nosy for their own good, and when they're back, he'll have to answer to 4 pairs of eyes contempting him for leaving them out of the fun. I don't know, Hal. Are you beating Talia's ass for me? Dick giggles, as he makes himself comfortable inside the giant green bubble, that, of course, has his pillows and blankets inside. How thoughtful, even for a short trip. As long as you promise you're on my side, if that moron gets mad at me. Hal snorts. He's not the type to have problems with his lover. Scratch that, his roommates' ex-girlfriends and boyfriends, but they do get on his nerves sometimes. Especially the villains. That is, Selina is cool, though. And Talia just happens to like wearing green like him. So it's personal. So the plan is you versus Talia and me versus B. Is that right? Sure, I have been itching to punch B for a while now. Dick giggles, as he flings his eskrima sticks around. He has been too tame for me to start any fights recently. Thanks to you, actually. But still. This is why you're my favorite. I want to punch him today, too. He scoffs. And instantly, a single line of green appears across the night sky in Gotham. It is as fleeting as it is undeniably captivating. A sight that promises peace and protection as much as it promises justice and destruction to all evil. In that way, the green light is not different from the bat signal, after all. The pair soon lands in the designated location after 5.7 seconds, and a total of 7,000 kilometers traveled. The destination is a small island near Gibraltar, unclaimed by any neighboring nations, not even the English. Hal doesn't even need to step foot on the island to do a complete scan and find the exact location of Batman and Robin, behind layers and layers of bricks and rocks. But Hal doesn't brute force his way to their location, given how dangerously close to eruption the volcano can be. Any reckless drill into its side can cause a global catastrophe. So Hal chooses the safer option, scouting for a way in, and it takes no time with the impenetrable force field and an omniscient ring on his hands. Oh, and a certain talkative bird by his side, also. Damn, that's the quickest infiltration mission I've ever been on. Dick is in awe. Normally, I don't do infiltration missions, Hal says. It's true. But I guess it can be fun. They are moving through a dark tunnel, with fire from torches for some vision. And on the way, zombie assassins keep jumping into their way. But what can swords and shurikens do against the kind of will-powered construction that can survive the center of the sun? The way you're holding me right now low-key reminds me of miners and their canaries. Am I your canary, Hal? Dick laughs. Want me to sing a song for you? I know you can sing well, but let's save that talent for later, okay? Hal smiles. Karaoke night? Is that what you're implying? Dick excitedly says. Hal sighs. They reach Batman and Robin's place with ease. Batman lies there, with Robin by his side, and they both seem like they've been through hell. Weak, shaken, and hurt. No sight of the usual silent and prideful duo. Emotional tether detected. The ring whispers into Hal's ears, warning him of his own heart beating too fast, too distressed, too emotional, that it will explode and bring down everything and everyone around him. Luckily, the ring knows better than to tell him to get it together. He can do it himself. This time, at least. The ring shines nervously in his hands. He kisses it to soothe it. It takes him exactly 1 second to force his heartbeat to calm down, and the anger creeping up from his gut to die down. The dreadful feelings are still there, bubbling, but it knows not to mess with its owner's mind, when he is Green Lantern, not Hal Jordan. Hal's voice is heard across the dark cave. Hello, Spooky. Miss me? Calm, flirty, with just a hint of concern. Amidst the dark and grimy cave, that is only illuminated by the lava surrounding all, Hal looks eerily out of place. Brown, soft hair waving in the air, despite the lack of wind. The usual ever-smile that Hal wears on his face has faded, leaving only a cold and stoic Green Lantern present. Hal looks detached from everything that's surrounding him, a piece of a puzzle that doesn't belong in a story of the Bats. Someone, completely above everyone else in that room, that is. A source of light that is too commandeering. It erases the existence of the darkness around it, attention-demanding, will-inspiring, and fear-inducing all the same. The greatest Green Lantern to ever live, and the greatest Green Lantern to ever fall. Hal. Batman calls his name, but his breath is short and shaken. Not even the usual professional Green Lantern, or Hal Jordan. Just Hal. Such a fearless man. He's in the presence of a being that has refused godhood, and he chooses to call him by his name, with a tone that can only be uttered between lovers. And the man bearing the light lowers himself and lands in front of the two who dared to call his name. His feet touch the ground, and his heels buried in the dirt and ash. Where are you hurt? Hal kneels next to the two injured figures in the cave, and suddenly the Green Lantern has become Hal again. The Hal who brushes their hair and reminds them to eat breakfast every morning. Damian seems to be shaken. Anyone would be, let alone a child. It was supposed to be a simple meeting to discuss his future gone wrong. He must be blaming himself for his father's injuries. I'm fine. Just... Ugh. Batman tries to get closer to Hal, but the pain is too much. Easy there, Spooky. Don't move. Father is poisoned. My mother, she's not behind this. There's a traitor among the ranks of the League. It's not supposed to be like this. I didn't want this to happen. Damian says. He tries to keep his rational mind, but he's just a kid after all. Believe me, Jordan. Hal puts a hand on Damian's shoulder, reassuring him. I know, kid. Take a deep breath. I'm here now. It's going to be fine. Dick says, Let me scan him. Save your battery, Hal. Hal wants to protest and say that he doesn't need to recharge the ring any longer, but lets Dick do his job anyway. The young vigilante pulls out a device in the shape of a box, takes a sample of Batman's blood, and puts a drop in it. In no time, a graph appears on the screen. The poison seems to be brand new. I have no records for it. It's eating B from the inside out. Any intervention on the cell in molecular level can turn him to dust. I have never seen these components before. I can try synthesizing an antidote, but I'm not sure if I can make it in time. Oh, there goes Hal's plan to rewrite every single damaged cell in Batman's body. My mother, she has it, Damian says. She's at the top of the volcano. We can't reach her. All right, I'm going... No, Hal, wait. Batman's hands reach out. Hal takes them and lets Batman drag him down to his eye level. I need you to... You have to listen to me. I need you to promise me one thing. Don't talk like you're about to die, Bruce. I'm serious. Hal frowns, but Batman's hands are cold and shaking. The hands that are usually strong and warm, so feeble and fleeting on him. Hal doesn't like it. Take care of the kids for me. Bruce's voice is low, hoarse, deprived of any hope and will to see another day. Seriously, Bruce, stop that, Hal says, gritting his teeth in frustration. You're going to be fine, okay? I'm here now. I will make sure of it. There's no time, Hal. Bruce shakes his head. Blood has started to drain from his face, leaving his lips pale to the point of transparency. Legally, I don't have a spouse. If I die, the kids will be torn apart by those money-hungry vultures. You cannot let that happen. Promise me. What do you want me to do, Bruce? Say it. Hal's heart throbs painfully. Marry me, Hal. Bruce says, desperation in his voice. If you marry me, then even if I die, I know the kids will be in good hands. There's no one else I trust but you. Bruce. Hal is taken aback by the unusual plea. Hal's throat runs dry, and his heart beats stronger and stronger. In the heat of the moment, there's not much space left for rationality to shine through. This is a big deal, Spooky. Being married to me and all. Are you sure? There's nothing I want more. Bruce nods. His breath gradually slows down. His heart beats as well, to prevent the poison from further spreading across his body, it seems. Time is running out. Hal needs to make a decision. Fine! I will marry you. I don't care for your money, I know you worry about the kids. Bruce smiles softly. Weak, helpless. Such a pathetic man, cursed with too much empathy. He's only thinking about other people, even during his last moments. Kiss me before you go. One kiss. Just a single more. Hal cannot care less about whatever mess comes after their kiss. And all those friends with benefit rules, now. Hal gently places a chaste kiss on Bruce's pale lips. It feels cold and stiff, with no heat, no passion, and no underlying attraction. Just a kiss before goodbye. But it is enough. It is enough to soothe both the mind and the heart of the world's most stubborn man. A single kiss. A seal, a promise, a curse. All the same. It doesn't matter. They both cannot afford any doubts and regrets now. When they part, Hal feels his heart become too heavy to handle. Bruce can feel it too, it seems. Those pale blue eyes are looking at him with so much devotion that it almost feels suffocating to Hal. But he doesn't look away now. Maybe it's hallucinations, maybe it's insanity, but Hal can hear those pale lips whispering a silent, I love you, to him. A declaration that belongs to him and him only. No one else shall hear it. No one else shall know. Hal wants to respond to it. He desperately does. But time is running out. Oh, would you look at this? Dick yells, excitement barely contained in his throat. I just happen to have an emergency marriage certificate on me. What are the odds, huh? What? Hal, dumbfounded. There's no time, Jordan. Sign the paper with this pen I happen to have in my utility belt. Damien puts a pen in his hand. Quick, Hal. Batman nods, pointing at the place he's supposed to sign. Sign here. But my information! Shouldn't this form be filled out for it to work? He has to fill in his address, phone number, and stuff, right? Don't worry. I will fill it in for you later. Batman reassures him. Sign it, and go get the antidote. I will handle the rest of the officializing process. What? But we're inside a volcano. Shouldn't you wait for me to get the antidote before? There's no time, Hal. The three bats say in unison. Fine, I'll sign it, okay? Hal yells back, takes the pen, swiftly signs the paper, and says, At the top of the volcano. The antidote bottle is green. There's a safe route right behind the red gargoyle at the top of the cave. Can't miss it. Dick gives him a thumbs up. Hal feels like there's something wrong, but he cannot wrap his head around it. He feels like he's being tricked. But he goes to the top of the volcano anyway, despite the confusion and doubts. He thinks he hears Dick say, You have snacks, Dad? Behind his back. But he's not sure. But anyway, just like what Dick said, Talia is waiting for him at the top of the volcano. This is the first time they've met. Talia's not facing him. She's staring at the lava below in her combat outfit. A black overall suit, with a touch of gold and green here and there. Her brown hair flows on her shoulders, moving with the waves of heat coming from the lava below. A sense of danger and mystery exudes from her, but not the kind that chases people away, but instead the kind that lures people in, promising them of a death both gruesome as it is blissful under her sword. Ethereal, as always, as anyone who has met her has said, even Bruce. But the sword in her hand alarms Hal. She's ready to fight. But fight for what, exactly? Hal doesn't understand. He thought they were on the same side. Bruce and Damien getting injured wasn't her plan, was it? But then again... She's a complicated woman, Hal has heard. A hopeless romantic whose worst enemy is her own heart. Not much different from Bruce when it comes to love, it seems. On that note, Hal and Talia could not be more different. Talia al Ghul, Hal calls, and she doesn't seem to be surprised that he's here. Slowly, she turns around. Oh, so Damien really got his emerald eyes from her, Hal thinks to himself. I've come for the antidote, Hal states his purpose, and to express some sort of desire to form an alliance. Hal lands in front of her to see her eye to eye. You are the one my son has spoken of many times, Talia asks. Her voice sounds terribly alluring, but cold and calculating at the same time. Hal Jordan, she calls, venom and bitterness oozing into Hal's name from her lips. Arrogant, reckless, foolish. A steed that has not been trained. I don't need anyone to train me. Hal steps forward. And let's cut this short, Al Ghul. Give me the antidote. You know my beloved and I. We were... Talia doesn't seem to bat an eye. Promised to each other, do you not? Hal freezes, one of his eyebrows raised. So this is what it is. So this is about me and Bruce. Hal exhales. The infamous, difficult attitude comes back right to his face. His tone and his demeanor. I've heard many things about you, Talia al Ghul, but being pathetic and bitter isn't one of them. How disappointing. Finally, Talia shows him some reaction that is not just indifference. Watch your tongue, Jordan, she says, provoking him. My beloved wouldn't appreciate you talking to me like this. Neither would Damien. Your lingering emotions in relationship with Bruce are beneath me, Al Ghul. Hal rolls his eyes, dropping the villainess's name from the conversation immediately, just as Talia has done. Give me the antidote if you truly care for him and Damien. But Talia refuses to back down. The sword in her hands starts to move, effortlessly, smoothly, like water. But it is pointing at Hal, straight at his chest, at his heart. Do tell me, Jordan, first. What do you feel for my beloved? Is it the same as mine, or is it just a shallow and futile attempt at trying to tie yourself to this earth? What are you implying? Spit it out, Al Ghul. The ring shines brightly on Hal's finger. Do you love him, Harold Jordan? Talia asks, and for some reason, that certain question enrages him like no other has made him. Love, love, love. Do you love me? Do you love her? Do you love him? Are you even capable of love, Hal? Or have you ripped off your own heart, trying to run from the smallest possibility of bone-rotting grief? Al Ghul, I'm not repeating myself again. Hal's voice has turned cold. No emotion, no warmth, no Hal. Give me the antidote or I will take it by force. You call yourself a man of no fear. Talia mocks, her voice still alluring and subtly threatening. But you, too, are plagued by fear, Jordan. Fear. Al Ghul. Hal's patience is running thin. He warns Talia. But Talia does not stop. Just a mere man, Talia mocks. A man who lives so desperately in fear of a broken heart, he would prefer never getting loved at all. Hal's breath slows down. Oh, my pitiful beloved, Talia says, her voice almost sounding like she's singing. Slowly, she takes out a green bottle of antidote, covered in emerald, and kisses it. He has chosen a poor candidate as his partner, yet again. Amidst the burning heat coming from lava, Hal feels like there's an even bigger fire burning him alive from the inside. Weak, undeserving, pathetic, Talia continues. He's a foolish man for falling in love with you. And she concludes, you don't deserve Bruce, Jordan. And that's where Hal draws the line. Me, not deserving of Bruce. Hal calls. The ring on his finger shines brightly now, with will fueling it. Hilarious! Hal says that, but there is neither a smile nor a hint of amusement on his lips. A hand made of hard light appears from below, parting the ground, the lava, coming straight towards Talia, taking a hold of her, gripping her, slamming her down on the ground. A fight hasn't gotten a chance to start. Hal's feet are lifted off the ground again. What is the point of trying to respect the opponent when she does not intend to do the same for him? The night sky is vast. A million stars are shining above. The Milky Way is as pretty as always. The sun has not risen yet. There is only Hal Jordan here, right now. Let me remind you of a history lesson, Al Ghul. Hal opens his mouth, his voice low, hoarse, domineering. I am Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern of Sector 2814. The greatest Green Lantern to ever live. My name has been sung endless times across the galaxies, and among the stars, as much as it is cursed, and the greatest lantern to ever fall. The blood on your blade is a mere drop in my ocean of sin, death, and destruction, Al Ghul. I have seen the depths of hell, and the heights of heaven. I have been punished and praised, all the same, by fate himself. Even in the arms of death, I was summoned back to the realm of man to serve and to protect under his order. A shiver runs down Talia's spine as she stares at the man in green in front of her. Not out of fear. No, Talia does not feel fear. But what can the emotion she is feeling be called, if not the sheer realization of how small a life can be, in the face of all, in the face of the true cosmos, the vast of it all, the unfathomable, the incomprehensible, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, the unreachable. Only the one who created me, the one who created all of us, can judge me, and you are certainly not him, Talia al Ghul. Gratifying and terrifying feel the same when you're in the presence of someone who has seen the face of the one true creator of this universe. Who are you to speak my name with such disrespect? Hal merely moves his fingers, and the hand that is holding Talia captive disappears completely, letting her fall to the ground. The antidote is taken off Talia's body and delivered safely into Hal's hand. Know your place, Al Ghul. He wants to tell Talia more, to deny what has been said by her, to defend himself, and to say what exactly? Hal keeps the sacred words to himself. The one who should hear it first, from him, is not Talia. He turns around and doesn't bother to continue the conversation with her, or even look at her. There's no need to. Their paths have crossed once, and there won't ever be another time like this. Ever again. Hal fucking hates Batman's rogues. Behind the Green Lantern, Talia lets out a small laugh. Slowly, she stands up, still beautiful, as always, but her hands are now shaking from the fear of the sheer realization of it all, of who Hal Jordan truly is. Who knows? You have always been foolish, but this may just be your worst decision yet, she says. There's no bitterness in her voice, no contempt, no hatred. She sighs, and talks into the micro hidden neatly in her hair. You owe me one, Batman. A smile can be seen on her face, along with tiredness and a little relief. You are certain you're not biting more than you can chew, Batman. He's a feisty one. From the other side, Batman answers her. His voice is rather amused by Hal's reaction. I've no idea, Talia. I truly don't. Batman, indeed, likes people who can kill him. Brunettes, with mental issues, who can kill him. We all know that the Bat likes to play with his life in all ways he possibly can. But holy horrible taste, Batman! Must you seriously go all the way and choose someone who can nuke the whole universe if you two break up? But anyway. Here's the antidote. Next time, date someone who's not a manipulative, unlikable villain, will you? Hal throws the emerald bottle at Dick, who has definitely eaten something seconds ago. But like Hal has mentioned many more times before, the kids have developed a talent for inhaling food in seconds. There won't be any next time, Batman says, and chugs the whole bottle down his throat. Soon, his complexion grows better, rosier, healthier. He looks certainly jolly for someone who was on his dying breath just 15 minutes ago. We are married. Hal folds his arms and turns around. His ears seem to redden. Let's go home first. I need to have a talk with you. Alone. The two kids eye each other. And they cough. 3, exactly. Goodness gracious. Is anyone still down there? From a hole in the corner, a certain figure pops up from underground. A little beaten, dirty, but still in high spirits. Jason. Batman greets him. Oh, hey B. And hey Mom. Jason waves his hand at Hal. Thank God you're here. I don't need to fly economy back home anymore. My jet just crashed in, right outside. Yeah. Hello, Jason. Hal pinches the bridge of his nose. And stop calling me Mom. I'm not your mom. You are, kind of, Dick says, from inside the bubble. Don't question it, Jordan, Damian says. And Batman does as well, with a little huff. Every one of you, shut up. Hal talks in a low voice, trying to appear more masculine and intimidating. But it would work a lot better if he were not talking to a kid who's 6'4" and is currently looking down at him. I'm kinda hungry. I think I last ate 3 days ago. Do you have any food on you? The terrible thing is, Hal does. He always has some sort of snacks with him. Hal used to think it was because he's friends with the speedster. But not even the speedster asks for snacks this shamelessly. I only have a Reese cup. Seriously, haven't we fed you enough? Hal's green suit fades, where his pocket is. From it, he pulls out a single piece of chocolate and throws it at Jason, who's very delighted to be fed sweets. Ooh, thanks not Mom. Jason snorts and, you guessed it, inhales the piece of chocolate in 1 second. Jesus, you're a lifesaver. I thought I would almost die. Like, die, not die in a cutesy way. Yeah, I get it, Jason. Hal doesn't even have the energy to scold the new challenger. The ring shines brightly, again, and creates a big bubble that can accommodate 3 grown men and an energetic teenager. Stop pushing me, Todd. I will kill you. It's not my fault you're like 4 apples tall. I can't see you, Peter Pan. B, hold your cape. I nearly tripped on it. Oh, fuckity fuck. Did you just tase me, fucking demon spawn? Somehow, in under exactly 10 seconds, it takes to travel from the island back home, the kids have managed to start a fight. With Batman right next to them, nonetheless. Hal must say, it takes talent. When all of them land safely with no more problems, Hal turns around, hands on his hips. He yells, Damian, stop teasing your brother! Jason, swear jar 3 times. Dick, you have been an angel. Go to sleep, pixie boots. Sweet dreams. And Bruce, upstairs. Bruce coughs. Go to sleep, kids. Don't cause any more trouble. As in, don't make your mom madder. The 3 Robins quickly vanish from sight, like ghosts. Only Batman remains. Bruce takes off his cowl, revealing the face Hal has seen too many times to count. Every morning when he wakes up, every night before bed, Hal thinks there has hardly been a day he does not place at least one kiss on that face. Hal, Bruce calls, and his right hand reaches out, awaiting another hand that will grab it. There's still a frown on the man of pure will's face, but Hal takes it anyway. They walk side by side back to their room, through the silent manor that is both cold and endearingly familiar. You've tricked me! Hal opens the conversation, but they walk past the kitchen, where the smell of bread still lingers in the air. This is not a friends with benefits relationship, and we're not roommates. How come? Bruce turns to him. Hal raises his hand, the one with the silver band. You gave me a ring! Yes, a promise ring. Promise of what? Hal asks, and Bruce answers by grabbing Hal's hand and gazes at the silver band for a while, before kissing it. The Dark Knight's lips are now soft and warm. What do you think? You keep answering my questions with more questions, Hal grumpily says, and pulls his hand back. But he lets Bruce hold his other hand still. Get to the point, Spooky. We are what you allow us to be, Bruce says. He closes the distance between them and places a chaste, gentle kiss on Hal's cheekbone. A fleeting kiss. A manipulative tactic to lure Hal into wanting more. What do you want us to be? Hal doesn't hate the kisses he's receiving. But, again, as the domesticated white lily fat cat he is, he doesn't return them. Instead, he turns his face away, pouting. Does it matter? What is the problem, Hal? Did Talia make you upset? I do not like her name, or that Hal doesn't like Bruce saying Talia's name. Such a different person. But Bruce doesn't mind. Then, did Damien's mother make you upset? A little bit better. Hal huffs, and truthfully answers, She said I didn't deserve you. I see. Bruce nods. There's a reason we are enemies now, Hal. She has been wrong many times about me and what I value in life. Does that mean you like me? Hal finally turns around. He asks. Such a foolish question. Bruce laughs, quietly and gently. Do I like you? Is there really any answer for that? Is there any answer for what Bruce feels for Hal? At all? If you say, what do you think again? I will punch. Bruce silences him with a kiss. The universe is endless, but life is limited. Fate is written in a book, held in the hand of destiny. Death awaits them all, and the truth about everything and anything at all is unfathomable to the mind of man. They are just mere men, and they are here, together, under the same roof, close enough to feel each other's heartbeats. They are kissing now, despite all the odds stacked against them. Death, destiny, gods, hell, purgatory, regrets, redemption. Doesn't matter. They are alive. They're connected, not by silver, not fate, not anything, just by the lingering ache inside their hearts whenever they see the other in pain. Just that, nothing more. And maybe the sheer bliss they are sharing as well. When they part, they are already in front of their bedroom door. Bruce hastily turns the doorknob, and with what is called the epitome of human's physical strength, he can easily lift Hal and throw him to the bed. Swiftly, his cape, his chest plates, his belts, and his gloves are taken off, one by one, revealing more and more of the man beneath all the hard and thorny armor. Bruce Wayne. What can one say? The bats tend to eat their food efficiently, after all. Bruce. Hal wants to tell Bruce to wait, but the kiss is a little too passionate, and Gotham's air is a little too hot right now. Or maybe too cold, since Hal feels like his will needs to be warmed up in a human-shaped furnace tonight. I need to tell you something, But Bruce's lips engulf his own. Again. In between the shared breaths and kisses, Bruce tells him, I know. Not everything needs to be said out loud. No words of love can equal the heart that is beating for him inside of Hal's chest right now. That's all Bruce needs to hear. Hal's rationality soon melts into a puddle of broken syllables and variations of Bruce's name. He still has his silver band on. Bruce does not. But it doesn't matter. Hal knows where Bruce puts the ring before going out as Batman every day, anyway. In their shared nightstand, the second drawer. Hal still hasn't figured out what Bruce wanted to promise him. When the morning comes, fortunately, no one is standing next to the bed, waiting for Hal to wake up today. Thanks to the Robin repellent he has next to his side. But honestly, the bat is the most annoying one of all. He's always too clingy in the morning. Like an octopus, even. But at least, the octopus has a mouth to kiss his head. Hello, Hal. Bruce greets him, his arms still wrapped around Hal's body, and one of his hands is stroking Hal's soft brown locks of hair. Bruce must feel like he's petting a cat. Sleep well. Not really, thanks to you. Hal answers, his throat hurting a bit. What hour is it? Don't worry. I told Carol you wouldn't be going to work today. Personal, or rather, family problems. She was understanding. Bruce continues to stroke Hal's hair while reading the news from his phone. Or rather, Hal's phone, judging from the bright green case. Hal doesn't really care that Bruce likes to use his phone sometimes. He rarely uses them anyway. There's nothing on it, except maybe some texts and photos. And what is it, exactly? Hal, still not fully awake, confusedly asks. He finally moves a bit, but not to get out of bed, but to make himself more comfortable in Bruce's embrace, putting his head on Bruce's bare chest and all. Officially announcing our marital status to our friends and allies, first of all, but it seems like you've already done that for me. What? Hal feels like... he feels like there's something... Wait! There's something that is different from usual. Wait. Hal's brown eyes slowly regain some light in them. He slowly tries to get up, but he cannot function properly enough to succeed. Bruce is patient with him. He gently pulls Hal to lay on his body. Their faces are close, and Bruce can see how adorable his domesticated cosmic core is while trying to form a single thought. I think last night... Don't blame Hal. He was too well fucked to think properly. It's really Bruce's fault, of all things. He's a talented lover. Wait! Hal finally forms the thought. We're married? Yes, Hal. Haven't you heard? Bruce says nonchalantly, as he reaches for their bedstand, and, from the first drawer, he takes out a ring, but not a silver band. There's a reason Bruce gave Hal a promise ring, and not a wedding ring. The Wayne family has a long history, and along with it, many traditions that are, frankly, a little outdated. Typical old money kind of traditions. One of those traditions takes the form of 2 engagement rings made entirely out of silver and big black diamonds on them. And, of course, the terms Mr. Wayne and Mrs. Wayne are carved on the inner side. Hal cannot even come up with a proper way to respond, as Hal puts the smaller ring on his hand. It fits just right. Bruce nods, admiring his own effort at adjusting the old ring's size to fit Hal's measurements. We are officially engaged and married. Both in one. Very efficient, one might say. But then again, Hal has a tendency to be a difficult lover. He yanks his hand back. Bruce lets him because, of course, he knows what Hal wants to hear. You haven't asked the question, just... You agreed last night. It doesn't hurt to tease his domesticated white lily fat cat. It doesn't count. You were dying. You asked me for the sake of our children. And then it clicks. The revelation must feel like a message sent from God to his prophets. Unless that prophet is very, very dumb. Oh! You motherfucker! You tricked me! It takes a while before Bruce's fat cat can calm down enough to listen to him. It takes some yelling, some broken faces, a ruined curtain, and a whole wall, but it gets there, eventually. What a crime of passion. Bruce lays on the floor. Hal is on him, naked and sweaty. Hal grumpily says, "Why are your muscles so hard? Laying on you feels like laying on rocks." But Hal does not move. Bruce, again, strokes the soft locks of brown hair on his chest. There's not a single white strand of hair in sight. The sunlight is shining blindingly. There is no dirt in Bruce's mouth. Hal is in his arms. They are alive and enjoying a warm morning together. Bruce asks Hal quietly, lovingly, "Will you marry me?" To which Hal finally gets the chance to answer properly. "Fine. Only because you begged me to." Not very properly. Bruce laughs. After a short while, Hal speaks again. "Yes, I will." The whole family is downstairs, while Hal is having a fight with Bruce upstairs. Dick. So, I heard the League is debating who will be the best man at the wedding. Clark definitely has a spot on B's side, though. Steph. What about the best woman? Cass. Dinah? Jason. Undisputed. Tim. There's low-key going to be a global war. Duke. Are we gonna meet more lanterns? Tim. On second thought, make it a universal war. Dick. True. We don't even have enough info on whoever Hal calls friends out there in space. I think there are some boxes. Literally boxes. Damien. If Wonder Woman is best woman on Father's side, does that mean Starfire will be best woman on Jordan's side? The whole table falls into silence. It takes a while before Dick speaks again. Do you guys think they'll invite their exes to the wedding? Cass. They will. Steph. Right. So, do situationships count? Duke. Steph, all of Bruce's past relationships are technically just situationships. Jason. The exes table is gonna be huge. Dick. Half the list is just their situationships and/or exes. Tim. Which side is John Constantine on? Damien. Cut him in two. Jason. Cut as in literally cutting, or Solomon's wisdom cutting. Damien. The former. Dick. Damien, you've been hanging out with Billy too much. Tim. Ha! Looks like he inherits the hopeless romantic trait from Bruce. Billy and Damien, under a tree. Damien, I will not tolerate your ill-mannered insults any longer, Drake. A fork is thrown across the table. Alfred walks into the room with freshly toasted bread. He says, Young masters, you wouldn't want Mr. Jordan to replace all the silverware in the house with children's cutlery sets again, would you? The children settle down immediately. Not that they couldn't stab each other with children's spoons. It's just that Hal will also invite all their teenage crushes and/or their friends over to have dinner with them. That's the true punishment. To make them eat with cute pastel-colored toddler spoons while their peers watch. Cruel. Extremely cruel. No wonder he, alone, was considered a crisis. And the madman Bruce dares to marry that cosmic monster into the household. Well, not that they can complain, though. Notes. Fun fact, the parallax stuff happens with Hal's hair starting to turn white, so the detail of how Hal's hair is all brown, from Batman's perspective, gets repeated constantly as a hint that Bruce subconsciously always checks on Hal's mental stability and well-being. That's all. I just finished the fic so quickly. Even I'm surprised. There's bound to be a lot of plot holes and loosely done details, but I hope you guys enjoy it anyways. Thank you for your support, besties. Or, in my mother tongue, I'm not gonna read that, I'm so sorry. There's no romance going on between me. Motherfucker! There's a photo of you on the front page of the paper with you and Mr. Wayne making out. The fuck are you There's no romance. Jesus fucking Christ, Hal. Hal, do you want them to see you across the bar and like your vibe?